Yeah, maybe around about 30 meters will be alright. Just keep it like this. And we'll switch on our headlights. The first swift, please switch on your headlights. Well, as I said, 30 meters. If the distances get too big, I slow down. That's not a big deal. That's not a problem. But try, as I said, try to close round about to 30 meters. So come a bit closer. In terms of the curbs, don't go on the curbs, but just try to get close to the curbs, right? Because if you really rumble over the curbs, the car will get very unstable. So don't go really on it, but close them. There are some curbs on the track which you can move over. I'll tell you later on if you pass them. But as I said, the first laps, it's more or less nothing else than some kind of introduction to relapse, you know, so that you really get familiar with the bend. Approaching Flugplatz now, it's a very big hump. If you're fast, the car gets in the air. So just brake after landing or before starting up going in the air. And the triple right we are in now, it's basically to be done with one angle on the wheel. That would be perfect. Come on, speed up a bit. Approaching Schwedenkreuz, it's a very fast part of the track. And if you manage it quite right, it's basically more or less done like a straight. Left-hander, hard action on the brake before the right-hander over there. Relate apex in that right-hander. And use every square centimeter to the left. And then we are going in the downhill section, approaching the Fuchsröhre. And all that downhill, there's almost no movement on your steering wheel. That's the secret of that downhill over there. If you don't move your wheel, it is basically more or less a straight, believe me. Compression, Fuchsröhre. Short action on the brake on the uphill to be sorted out for the left-hander, and then it's Adenauer fast. Beware of the left-hander. Stay out over here. Go in completely. And then the whole S is not a real hard thing to do if you adapt your speed before approaching the Adenauer. So, Mitgesfeld, if you are fast, never ever touch the grass on the right side, because then you're off. That right hand over there, it's a very late apex because the depth is really closing. Don't forget to be hard on the brakes before the left-hander to Wehrseite. That's the slowest part of the circuit. Back, which is basically at the end top with a real tough right-hander. So never forget to adapt your speed before that right-hander. We have a late apex. And you open up the wheel to the end of the bend, step on the gas, approaching the long uphill to the carousel. That's exactly the spot of the track where yesterday in the bus, Harry Müller said, oh, that's a quite unspectacular part of the circuit. I don't agree, because if you're fast, you know, it's not really unspectacular. It's demanding, because the left hand over there is really easy if you take it right, you know. So on the left side, otherwise you run into problems, because you can get really fast on that part of the circuit. Also over there, that left-hander, beware to have your apex on the left side, because otherwise you lose your space to the right, you know. Right one, approach on the left to be on the right on the curb. A nice point for your orientation is also the black spot on the curbs. If you are close to that real black spot, you're not really offline. Over here, also quite a late apex. And approaching the carousel, don't get in too fast. Hit the brake before you step in, and then we go in over here. Go really into the banking, and beware if you get out of the banking that your steering wheel is straight. That's really important, especially if you have a rear-driven car like our S2000. If your wheel is not straight up, if you leave the banking, the car is really unstable by leaving that banking, because it's quite bumpy. You run into serious problems, right? So keep an eye on your wheel. Getting out of the carousel, it should be straightened up. Approaching now the highest part of the whole circuit. It's very tricky in the wet, because it's quite slippery tarmac over here if it gets moist and wet. But at the moment, yeah, looks like we have dry conditions, which is great. We are now approaching some kind of curbs that can be run over, like that one. If you want to do it like I do it now, it's not a big deal if you want to do it. It's not that you have to do it. I just want to tell you, these curbs can be overrun. We're approaching the Brünnchen, which is a very famous spectator spot. From the left to the inside, go really in over here. I don't want to overtake this guy in the first lap. They're all on their installation lap, so we take it easy, and after the first lap we can maybe speed up a bit. Let's see what we can do. Beware of the next left-hander, so-called ice bend. You need to be in over here, because as you can see the bend is closing a lot. And you open up your wheel very early to approach the next slight right-hander. Now it's going up to the Plantsgarden, and remember there is Plantsgarden 1 and Plantsgarden 2 because of the humps. So we're approaching now the first hump. Brake over here before you hump or after landing over there. I just tip on the brakes that you see my braking lights. And now there are coming some blind spots. Watch out for a lurking curb on the left and get sorted out to the left side like I do it now. Approaching the next blind spot. Watch out for the lurking curb on the left. Be on the left side over there. The car jumps. And after touching down again, it's again a curb on the right. And another one to the left. You don't have to steer at all. Just go over here and that's it, you know. So you can keep your car very, very stable by reducing your steering effort to a minimum. That's the secret, you know. Over here, we're really in. And the little carousel is also taken in the banking. So let the car move in, and it's the same thing by going out. Take an eye on your wheel that it is straightened up if you leave the banking. Long triple right. It's a quite fast one later on. Stay in at the curbs, not on but close to the curbs to the right. Otherwise you quickly run out of space on the left side, which might be a very interesting situation due to the fact that on the left side there is absolutely no space to the guardrails. Okay, just do one position change. That means there's 2000